Hey guys, welcome back, and thank you for being here. In today's video, we will be transforming this chest of drawers I picked up from a local auction a few months back. Before we get started, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Birch Living. Now, if you've never heard of Birch Living is a premium mattress in a box company. Their mattresses are made right here in America and are made with natural and organic materials that have been sustainably sourced. Now, if you've been following along on my House to Home series and my most recent makeover, then you know that I've been working on the last 3 weeks to build some built-ins and to transform my living room space. All of that requires a lot of hard work and a lot of energy, and it would not be possible without getting some much needed rest and sleep. I tend to get very hot when I sleep, and so it's important for me to sleep comfortably and get some much needed rest in order for me to continue to create these projects. And because Birch mattresses are made with natural and organic materials that help to regulate my body temperature and help to keep me cool overnight, I don't toss and turn as much as I used to, and I also don't have to get up to go and turn the thermostat further down. In addition to being a better mattress for me, Birch is committed to being better for the planet. I love that throughout their creations of their mattresses, Birch ensures that their materials are produced and harvested sustainably. They have several third-party certifications that you can learn more about on their certifications page. I ordered the Birch Luxe mattress, which is a premium upgrade from their original Birch Natural mattress. I've had it for a little over a month and a half now, and my sleep has never been better. What I love most about it is the quality and comfort level compared to my old mattress. With your Birch purchase, you get a 100-day sleep trial and a 25-year warranty. If you don't love it, they'll pick it up and you'll get a refund. Birch delivers right to your door for free in the US, and it comes rolled up in a box that is super easy to install yourself. Each Birch mattress comes with 2 of their eco-wrapped pillows that are made from recycled plastic bottles. If you're in the market for a new mattress, check out Birch. Click the link down in the description for $400 off and 2 free pillows. Now back to the video. I am beginning by cleaning out this piece. It wasn't too dirty, but no matter how clean you think a piece is, it is always recommended to degrease, clean your furniture as part of the prepping process. I am just using some dish soap to wipe everything down. I made sure to wipe it down twice, but the second time was just with plain water to remove any leftover soap and residue. Before wiping the inside down, I vacuumed it up to remove all of the dust. I've learned to always turn my piece on its back to make sure and clean the bottom as well. There's usually a lot of dust and spider webs that collect there. I took some water and vinegar mixture to spray down the base because it had just that super strong old furniture smell. It didn't smell like cigarettes or anything, which I was glad, but I was hoping this would help to eliminate it. After spraying it down, I moved it out to the sun to dry out. I took to Instagram to ask y'all if I should do a paint and stain combo, restain it completely, or paint it only, and the majority voted to use the paint and stain combo, which I'm kind of glad you guys chose that because I was really stuck on what to do. I thought that maybe this piece would be great to restain, but I was just like, let's see what the majority of the people think. So I sanded down the drawers using 120, then 220 grit to remove the old finish. I then went in with a sanding sponge at 320 grit with just a quick pass through. Not sure if you had noticed before, but I didn't clean the drawers from the inside in the beginning because sanding always creates so much dust, so I waited until afterwards. So at this point, I wiped them all down and then sprayed them with the vinegar solution too. I let them hang out in the sun and brought the base back over so I could start on repairs. I glued back some of the peeling veneer on one of the bottom corners. To help keep it down, I used a scrap piece of wood and a clamp. And just so you know, if there's any glue on the surface that you put the wood onto, you run the risk of getting it stuck and peeling some of it back, so make sure you wipe it down very good. I hadn't noticed, but I had completely run out of wood filler, so I went in with some spackling and filled in any small scratches. As you can see, there was a few small splinters of the veneer that came up because I didn't wipe off all the glue that I just mentioned. As I waited on that to dry, I wiped down the drawer fronts before going in and staining them. I am going to be using a mix of 2 stains, the first one being Special Walnut. I applied a generous amount and wiped it back right away. The second color I am using is Weathered Oak by Verithane. I applied it in the same way I applied the first one. While I waited a few hours for those to dry, I began scuff sanding and sanding down the wood filler, using 220 grit with my orbital sander. For this two-tone look, I'm going to be using an all-in-one paint by Beyond Paint, but because I saw some bleed through my wood filler, I decided to add 1 coat of Kiehl's oil-based primer just to be safe. I figured it'd be much faster if I sprayed it versus rolling it on, so that's what I did. You could definitely use a roller and just dispose of it instead if you wanted to. Once dry, I gave it a light sand with my 320 grit sanding sponge. Like I mentioned before, I am going to be using Beyond Paint for this makeover, and I'm going to be combining 2 different colors. The color I used was a linen khaki and pebble. Since I will spray the paint, I diluted it with some water. I don't ever measure when diluting my paint, I just kind of eyeball things. I sprayed the first coat, and yes, I make sure to go in both directions, vertical first and then horizontal, or vice versa, and consider that the first coat. It had been several hours since I had stained my drawer fronts, so it was time to seal them. This was the perfect timing since I had to wait on the paint on the dresser to dry before recoating anyway. To seal the dressers, I'm going to be using Odie's oil. And I think I've gotten better at using this stuff. I find that saturating my super fine steel wool and working in small circular motions allows me to use less product. I feel like I was using a lot more than I needed to at the very beginning of using this since I was new and inexperienced. Before, I would only work in the direction of the grain, and it would cause me to have to re-dip numerous times for one section or even just one drawer. If you work in small circular motions and make your way back towards the starting point, it allows you to pick up any excess you may have left to finish off the remaining section. After applying it, you do have to wait 30 to 45 minutes before you can buff it out. Later that day, I came back and lightly sanded before applying my second coat of Beyond paint. It was all I needed and don't need to seal it because again, this is an all-in-one paint. To buff out the drawers, I used a rag and worked in larger circular motions and in the direction of the wood grain to remove any excess oil. Now let's take a quick look at what this chest of drawers used to look like and what it looks like now. If you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I have a full furniture makeover playlist I think you might enjoy, as well as my latest living room makeover video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's makeover. In my honest opinion, I feel like it looks so much better than it did, but I'm feeling like it's missing something. I'm gonna wait a few weeks, and if it doesn't sell, then I might be revisiting this piece again. I love y'all, be kind, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.